Israel Allen here, Director of Education for PTA Global, helping you to have the tools to be successful faster. And so, welcome to another episode of Coach's Corner, right, where we are focusing on retaining clients. Okay, so let's dive right in. So, again, when we're talking about retaining clients, in order to earn the right to retain the client, our value has to outweigh, right, our client's expectations, right? So we've got to be able to give a $1.50 service for every dollar rendered, right? So given. And so basically, our value is equivalent to the results, the experience, and their belief, right? The belief in what's possible, the belief that we can get them there. All of those things have a big part to do with how we influence behavior and how we really increase our value. Again, really focusing on the results, because even influence and charisma and all those things are fantastic, but at the end of the day, clients are getting results, and so we got to be able to outweigh their value, and really exceed their expectations. So let's dive into that. So one of the ways that I love to be able to retain clients longer is really the power of the follow-up. Okay, and follow-up doesn't mean that we miss the sale. Follow-up can be we just deliver what we promise. Okay, that can be a form of follow-up. But typically when you think about follow-up, you think about, okay, I wasn't able to close this person. I followed up with them in 30 days, or I followed up with them in a week, or I followed up with them the next day. All right, when we think about follow-up, that's typically what we think about. But the follow-up for the person that we close can be just as beneficial, if not more, because we really built on the trust that we've already kind of layered in. We've really doubled down on that, right? We've delivered what we promised. So here's how we do that. So what's called the 30-30 rule, and we're kind of borrowing from question 6 on your Kaizen 6. Okay, so if you haven't seen the Kaizen 6, you need to download that now. Take a moment, download that. You can pause this, and this will be a lot more clear. So question 6 really talks about what goal or desired outcome is most important for you to achieve in the next 30 days. So I want you to think about this. This question isn't just for the client that is renewing or resigning with you. The client that is potentially not going to sign with you and just for whatever reason needs more time to process, just isn't ready to make the decision today. This question is equally as impactful, okay? And so basically you're going to use this question 6 as a framework for a option A or option B in what we call the 30-30 rule, okay? So the 30-30 rule it goes like this. So basically either option A is if they sign up, you're going to book them right away and schedule out 30 days. Okay, we'll give you some scripting and show you how to do that, because I know the first thing that comes to mind is, well, Israel, what if they don't have their schedule? What if they don't know their schedule? What do I say, right? We're gonna teach you how to do that. Option B would be, okay, so let's just say I've gone through the overcoming objections, I've provided value, I've gone through an amazing experience, I've gone through all the things that you've suggested as far as, the PDQ and enhancing the session quality, utilizing, their style and all of these things, Israel, but at the end, I just couldn't get them to move to a solution today. We're still going to schedule a 30-day follow-up. And a 30-day follow-up can be one of 4 examples. And you can think of more. I'm just going to give you 4 quick ones. One is a workout of their choice. So specifically, if they came in and said, hey, I really want to work on my abs, what a perfect way to say, hey, in 30 days, I know you're going to be wildly successful, but let's just say, maybe you're struggling in some areas. Let's at least bring you back in here to give you an amazing ab blaster workout, right? Something you can take with you for the next 30 days, right? Because I know that's important to you, right? Workout of their choice. Second one is a nutrition checkup. So a great way to basically quantify this is ask them during the session on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, you really don't know, your timing, balancing, planning of meals, your protein, carbs, fats, what you should be taking in, and 10 being you could write the book on it. Where would you say you are right now? Right? If they say a 5, this is a really easy way to say, okay, they're probably soft on nutrition, and so we really got to help provide the support. And so when you ask them something like, hey, over the course of the next 30 days, even though we're not going to be working one-on-one together, where do you feel that I could best help support you? And most likely they're going to say nutrition if they've scored themselves, soft on nutrition. But if they don't, and they're kind of like, I don't know, you could say, well, hey, one of the things that you mentioned was important to you was nutrition earlier, and you scored around, I think you scored yourself a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10. Would that be something that you would say would be pretty important over the next 30 days of us trying to lose this weight together? Yeah, totally. Absolutely nutrition. Yeah. So sometimes it's just using what they've already said and bringing that back in, but it could be a nutrition checkup where we're going to sit down and kind of go through, okay, the ins and outs, right? What are they taking in? What's their caloric output, right? Rough estimate of that, and then kind of looking at how we can maybe clean that up a little bit, not completely reinvent the wheel, but some graduation steps. And it's really a time for them to come back, us talk about what's working and what's not, and reapproach the conversation of working together, right? We know that. Next 30-day game plan. Okay, so this is Jones. I'm so sorry to hear that you won't be working closely with me over the next 30 days, but my job is absolutely to think of you as one of my clients. And so over the course of the next 30 days, I want to be able to give you a couple of different game plans that you can use on your own. You can bring these back to me at any time and just ask me some specific questions on them. And then over the course of the next 30 days, we want to see the progress that you're making. And hey, let's just say you're doing fantastic. Great. I want to give you a 30-day game plan in 30 days, right? To go through the next 30 days, right? Knowing that losing this 10 pounds is super, super important to you. I want to make sure that we're doing everything that we can together to be able to get you there, even if it doesn't mean we're working close together one-on-one, right? So that can be a third option. Last option would be to discuss progress and training options. And so for this, it's essentially, hey, let's talk about what's working and what's not, and let's see how close you are to that 10-pound goal that you said that you want to accomplish in the next 30 days. And let's just look at some different options and how we might be able to really remove barriers and obstacles for you. And then, hey, if things aren't working, we can always talk about some different training options at that point. Okay. So something super simple, non-intimidating, but again, it plays on the things that are most important to them. And in order to know what's most important to them, we need to know what they're zeroed in on for the next 30 days. So you're going to use that question 6 from Kaizen. You're going to use this to schedule that 30-day follow-up. So let's go through scripting super quick. So scheduling purchase 30 days out. Okay, so I purchased a package of at least a month of training. I'm going to go ahead and schedule all those sessions out. Okay, so typical challenge, client doesn't know schedule and needs to check and get back to you. Okay, that usually means one of two things: we haven't given some clear direction or some alternative choice, or we've given them too many decisions. So too many decisions leads to indecision. So let me repeat that. Too many decisions leads to indecision. So for instance, if you are a trainer and maybe you've made the mistake, as I have, of saying, hey, so when is the next time you wanted to come in? Or when did you want to go ahead and schedule your sessions? That's too open, that's too wide open for them, and that's way too many decisions for them. So natural human thinking is, okay, I need some time to think about that, look at my schedule, and then essentially get in where you fit in, Israel. Right? So I don't want the leftovers. I want to be first take. I want to be the priority in their life, and I want them, more importantly, to put their health and fitness and the commitment they've made as a priority. And so I want to make sure that I tie them down today. So an example could be, hey, I know it's important that we get you started right away, and more importantly, at the time you prefer. I really want to get you the time that you prefer, that VIP time slot. I know you had mentioned evenings kind of work pretty good for you, but do mornings or evenings really work best for you to commit to coming in each day? Would a 5 or a 7 be better? Notice these are A or B options, which we call an alternative choice. Okay, I'm giving them an A or a B. Great. I'm going to book you on those days. That way we have those reserved for you. If something comes up, just simply let me know 24 hours in advance, because those times are really popular, right? So I want to make sure that they feel valued, that they feel appreciated, and that they know this time slot is very important, not only to them, but also to your business, because you're popular. All right, so we want to be able to say that in the right way. Take some time and practice that. Make sure that you can take it and make it your own. The more you do it, the better you get. Okay. Option B, okay, they don't buy today. So here's what that would sound like. So the client doesn't know the schedule. They can't book their 30-day follow-up because that seems like forever away, right? They need to check and get back to you. They're never going to check and get back to you. You know that. You know better. Don't con yourself into being like, okay, well, they will. They said they will. No, right? The focus vampire is going to get a hold of them and suck all the focus out of them, right? So you got to be assertive and say, hey, listen, I know how incredibly busy you are, but I totally understand you might not know what's going on exactly next month. There may be things that come up. Just like scheduling a doctor's visit, We just want to make you a priority. Okay? We just want to make you a priority. Make them feel valued, make them feel special. If something comes up, we can easily move some things around, nonchalant, right, to accommodate your busy schedule. No one likes to feel, hogtied or pigeonholed into anything. So you want to really finesse this in a way that is professionally assertive, but at the same time nonchalant, no pressure, but with a little bit of pressure, right? So there's absolutely a skill and an art form to doing this. This should help you. Same thing as if they had bought from you and you're scheduling the next 30 days. It's, do mornings or evenings work best? Alternative choice. Would a 5 or 7 be better? Would a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday work best for you? Great. I'm going to go ahead and book you on those days. That way we have them reserved for you. Again, if something comes up, simply let me know 24 hours in advance because those times are super popular. The exact same thing, right? No sense getting, super crazy. Keep it simple. Take it, make it your own. But again, the 30-30 rule absolutely will help you whether or not they buy or whether or not they don't. It's great follow-up and it's a great commitment, more importantly, to what you said you were going to do when you started that relationship with that person. Okay, so hopefully this helps you. Catch you on the next episode of Coach's Corner. This is Israel Allen. See you in the clubs.